Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you this makeup look that I have been planning to do for a very long time. This is an entire face of affordable makeup. Almost all of these products do not cross the 500 mark except I think one product that costs about 900 roughly. So but that is a multi-purpose product, so I thought that it would be alright. This includes a primer and a foundation and a concealer and an eyeshadow palette and a blush and everything. None of these products individually cost more than 500 rupees. In fact, almost all of them cost significantly less money than that. So I hope that you enjoy the look that I've come up with, and yeah, before I give up any of those secrets in the intro clip, I will just get on with the video.
So guys, let's start with primer as usual. I'm using the Nivea Men Sensitive Aftershave Balm, and I love this as a primer. It's so hydrating but doesn't clog my pores, and it gives my face a nice sheen before I apply foundation, so that's always nice. For my eyes, again I'm priming them first. I'm using the Kryolan Dermacolor Camouflage Creme. I have it in the shade D3, and I know that this is a concealer, I know that, and it can also act as a foundation, I know that as well, but I love it as an eye base. Of course I need to set it, and for that I'm using my face powder that I will be using again. It's the Maybelline Dream Satin Two-Way Cake. I think it's in the shade 03 or something, and I will have all the details along with prices mentioned in the description box. My foundation today is the Pond's White Beauty BB Cream. I absolutely love this, and it's so lightweight and it's so comfortable, and it gives me just the right amount of coverage, which is absolutely lovely. I'm dotting it all over my face and down my neck, and now I'm buffing it in with my Real Techniques buffing brush. I got this as a part of the core collection set, and it's absolutely stunning. Sometimes I find that I don't like applying the foundation with it, like taking it straight, but buffing it is great. My concealer today is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It's not typically a highlighting concealer, and I didn't get a lighter shade for myself. I got the exact shade. So I'm first using this to conceal my various blemishes, and as you can see I have quite a few of them, and then I'm just sort of patting them in to buff them. I don't feel the need to use any makeup sponge or any makeup brush or anything to do this, because it works really great, especially to hide blemishes, with just my fingers and just tapping it in. It does a pretty great job, and it gives the coverage along with a very natural finish. Even though it's not a highlighting concealer, I am going to be applying it under my eyes in a reversed V form, as you can see, all the way from the inner corner to the outside, and on the tops of my cheekbones, on the other side as well, as you can see. This is a really natural concealer, which is why I love it for this purpose, because it blends into nothingness, and it does give you a little something of, not a glow, but it lifts up that area just because it conceals it so well. I'm blending it away using a damp beauty sponge from Claire's. I recently filmed a video comparing this with the Real Techniques makeup sponge, so stay tuned for that. What this does is, using it damp, it really just doesn't take away the coverage at all. Almost no coverage is taken away. At the same time, it makes it blended in such a fashion that it looks absolutely so natural that I've gotten completely hooked to this. And because I know how to use these sponges now, I sometimes even skip the foundation and just use the concealer under my eyes, and I'm good to go. I'm also using this concealer, as you can see, to highlight my forehead, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Basically all of the high points of my face. And I'm blending it in with the same sponge again. I am going to be setting all of this. In fact, I plan to bake all of this, which you will see in just a second. For baking, I'm using the Lakme Rose Powder. I have it in the shade Soft Pink. I know that typically you're not supposed to use a pink tone powder under your eyes or to highlight in any way. But for me, I find that because my skin is so yellow toned, the undertone of my skin is so extremely yellow that sometimes it can be a little too yellow, and I like to bake with pink because it cancels out some of it. At the same time, it really brightens, especially for those days when I'm filming. It works really beautifully on camera, and those days when I'm not, I can go something with something lighter like a translucent powder or something. But for filming, this rose powder to bake with it, it's really nice. I don't have anything that compares to the effect that this gives me. As you can see, I'm baking not just under my eyes but everywhere that I use my concealer to highlight, which is the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, and my chin as well. Don't I look absolutely stunning with all that powder on my face? Sometimes I wonder what it would be like if I forget to brush off the bake later. In any case, let's move on to the eyes while that bakes using this shadow from my Maybelline Nudes palette. I'm applying it all over my eyelid with a wet brush. I just use water to wet this brush. That's because with a wet brush the intensity of the eyeshadow is significantly more. Next, I'm using this shade in my outer V. Again, I'm using the shadow wet. I'm not using anything fancy like a Fix Plus or in any case a makeup fixing spray. I'm just using water because water evaporates and leaves the shadow more blendable, but at the same time the pigmentation is more than double. Next, I'm using this shade and using this on my crease to give my eyes a little bit of definition. I'm also dragging the previously placed darker shade a little bit into the crease with the same brush as I apply it, so that the outer part of the crease can be defined a little bit more. Again, I'm using this wet. The eyeshadows today have all been used wet because the pigmentation is to die for, and it doesn't hamper the blending process. I know I used to feel that wet shadows wouldn't be as blendable, but really they are, as you can see over here. The thing with blending is that you don't want to overblend, because with shades like browns and generally neutral toned eyeshadows, things can get muddy really quickly. So all you really want is to leave the pigment where it is, where you placed it, but at the same time just blur out the edges so that it flows from one color to the next seamlessly. As you saw there, I reapplied a little bit of my central eyeshadow again because some of the blending took it away, and now I'm just reblending whatever I applied. My eyeliner and my kajal today is going to be the L18 kajal. I'm using this as an eyeliner first, and for that I'm using an eyeliner brush because I find that this gives me pretty great precision. This eyeliner costs around 85 to 100 rupees. I'm not exactly sure. I will have the MRP mentioned in the description box, but it is so creamy and so highly pigmented that it works really well. And at the same time, I know that when products are so creamy as this one is, they can be, they can smudge out very quickly. But a very easy way to make sure that it does not smudge out is to set it. It's just like with your face. When you apply a foundation, you set it. I'm going to be setting this eyeliner with this black eyeshadow from the same palette and on an angled brush. What this will do is it will set the pigment where it is and it will not let it move out. The powder will absorb the moisture and will not let the eyeliner smudge or spread or anything. Also, it will give the eyeliner a little bit of extra intensity, which is always nice. After that, now it's time to dust off this bake. I'm using my Real Techniques contouring brush to do this. I love this brush more for highlighting and for removing the bake than I do for contouring because I love the contour brush that I already own. It's time to set the rest of my face, and I'm going back into the same powder as before, the Maybelline Dream Satin 2-Way Cake. and I'm just using it on a giant powder brush wherever I did not pick, which is basically the perimeters of my face and my cheeks. Now I'm going back into the same eyeliner and I'm using this to tightline. As you can see, I'm also going to be applying it to my lower waterline to make my eyes a little more dramatic and a little more smoky. This time I'm applying it not just on the outer half as I usually do, but I'm taking it all the way inside, almost to the inner corner. And then quickly, before it starts smudging, I'm going into this shade from the same Maybelline eyeshadow palette on a flat brush like this one, and I'm just smudging and smoking out the lower lash line with a little bit of dark brown. My contour today is the e.l.f. blush and bronzing duo in the shade Saint Lucia, and I'm just using this on this contour brush from Color Bar. It gives me a nice soft contour. It doesn't give me a very harsh one. It doesn't cut the cheek as sometimes I've heard Nikki tutorials put it, but it does give me a little bit of definition, and it does bring my face a little bit of color that all this foundation and baking takes away from you. I also like to apply a little bit of this matte bronzer to the perimeters of my face, as you can see over here, again because it brings color and it creates a little bit of shadow. For someone like me, it's very important to contour the jawline because I was not naturally blessed with a very nice sharp jawline or a very angular face. This does help me get a little closer to the face that I really want without any plastic surgery or any sort of intrusive procedures. So I love contouring my jawline. Sometimes I just don't even worry about anything else and I just want a little bit of shadow to give my face a little bit of definition. As you can see, I'm really concentrating on doing this right. My blush today is the Maybelline Dream Touch blush in the shade 04, and I'm just stippling it on with a small stipple brush, as you can see, and now blending it away. I don't know what I was thinking, why I completely forgot about using the same blush that comes in the e.l.f. duo. I have no idea what was on my mind, but you can totally use that. That's also a peachy blush. This is also a peachy blush, and it'll go well with the overall look. My highlighter today is this Maybelline, from the same Maybelline eyeshadow palette, and it works really beautifully as a white champagne but pinky all-in-one kind of highlighter. I'm also using this on my nose and also on the inner corners of my eyes because I need to highlight everywhere. Also under my brows, as you can see. For my brows, I'm using the Maybelline Fashion Brow Duo Shaper in the shade brown. And as you guys can see, I naturally have pretty thick, pretty full brows. I don't really need to color them in too much, but I like to define the arch a little bit and fill out the sparse spot patches. My lipstick today is the Miss Claire Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade 02. It's like a My Lips but better peachy kind of lip shade that I absolutely love every day. I'm also applying a little bit of mascara. The only reason I'm not showing you which mascara it is because I don't actually currently own an affordable mascara. I recently ran out of my Maybelline Hyper Curl one, which I absolutely love. So I recommend that you can try that one out. But there are lots of affordable mascaras available in the market. I'm just using whatever I have. And this, guys, is the finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And let's get to the end clip now.
And so guys, this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this. I have wanted to do this for a while. I know that instead of using the Dream Touch blush, which is a cream blush on top of all of your powders, etc., you can just use the blush that comes in the e.l.f. duo, the contouring and blush duo, and it's almost the same. That's also a very peachy blush with a little bit of shimmer in it. This is also very peachy blush with a little bit of shimmer in it. So, but having said that, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and if you want to see a little bit more of me. And yeah, if you have any requests for me for future videos, any reviews or tutorials or whatever's in your mind, tag videos, then let me know in the comments below or send me an email about it. Also, please follow me everywhere on my social media, which is my Facebook and my Instagram, and you can, my email is linked down below. All of these are linked, so do follow me everywhere, and I hope to hear from you all soon. And up until the next time, see you later. Bye.